Hello, hello, hello. Making a Play-Doh video with the real Play-Doh. Smells heavenly. I absolutely love it. And I want to talk a little bit about human interaction because I observe a lot of things on the internet with people interacting with others, and I see that people aren't really getting together because they are the men are some men are so afraid of going up to a woman because they're so afraid that it could go wrong, so they don't even try. So they're so afraid that they could say something wrong or do something wrong, and then the woman could reject them. So they're so afraid of rejection that they don't even try to communicate with the woman. I think that's very sad. Yeah. And there's just because there's so little trust, on in society from any side. The women don't trust anymore. They're afraid of men snapping, hitting them. Many men out there that kill women. So because there's a hate growing, they want them so much they can't get them, because the women don't trust anymore, and then they get so mad that they don't trust them anymore that they kill them, and then they wonder why they don't trust them anymore. So they're living beings, they have fear. If people would just sit down in meditation and realize what that other living being is feeling, the fear, the terror that goes on in women, myself included, where we don't want, we're too afraid to meet anyone we meet on the internet, we're too afraid, we're terrified. We read the news, and it's on the news all the time, the horror is on the news. I gotta sit differently. This is uncomfortable. So, okay, this is better. All right. I wish I had a backrest here, but I don't. So I have to sit like this because of the light. So yeah, we're afraid to meet anyone we meet on the internet, and rightly so. And my recommendation to girls and women out there is don't meet a man. don't don't set up an appointment with a man from the internet. Don't do it. And if you have to, for whatever reason, so you might have to for work related reason or whatever, get yourself a body camera. A body camera that hangs around your neck. They sell those for $45 at Amazon. I've seen them. They're round, and they're very cute, and they have a very nice design, and you can put them around, for example, like a telephone cord, one of those coiled cords that you can buy. You can buy those coiled cords, and you can cut them in the right size. You can put that through the loop of the camera, and then you can tie them on the back, double time, and then you can just pull it over your head. It expands and then it contracts again, and it makes a nice necklace. And then you have a body camera around your neck, and that body camera that has a micro SD chip in it that has much recording capacity, and it records 24 hours a day. I don't know, it records for like 3 or 4 hours, and when that capacity has reached, then it starts over, and it records over that what it had initially recorded. So that gives you enough time to record something that needs to be recorded. You can turn it off anytime, and then you can go home and you can upload that into your devices. And I'm pretty sure that they also have body cameras where the footage goes directly to like a bodyguard, people who can afford a bodyguard, or maybe even to the police department. I don't know exactly how that works, but I can imagine that these kind of services, they might exist, or we're going to have services like this in the future, because we're going to need services like this in the future, because there's so many humans, and there's so many distressed people, and there are so many violent people in the world that are completely out of control. So people are gonna need a body camera, particularly women. It's very, very important. And also for your animals as well. So we're gonna need that. We're gonna have to have a body camera on the vest, on the harness vest of dogs and cats, and for their protection, and it might even be hooked up to a bodyguard, and maybe the bodyguards, they will be in form of robots in the future, or drones, so that a drone can come very quickly to rescue you, or even a bullet drone, bullet drone that can be shot over into the head of the attacker from quite a far distance, and can be shot over in supersonic speed. So something like this. So those kind of things are going to be coming in the future. So there will always be new technology that will match the current crisis, the current situation of any era. Okay. We got better times now. If we look back on history, it was really, really, it was brutal. There's no other way to describe it. It was absolutely brutal. And people were extremely ignorant, extremely, extremely superstitious, fearful, religious, easily brainwashed into a terror, and then they did all kinds of unimaginable horrors to each other out of that terror. We still see it today with Islam and other groups and religions and cultures around the equator. There are terrible things that are conducted in the name of religion, out of a belief system, out of a terror. So, and now, but we have better technology now. We have the internet that educates the public now, and that brings in love and light and education and the message that you do not have to be a slave to an oppressive regime, a patriarchy, or any kind of religious dictatorship. You don't have to be a slave to it. You don't have to be oppressed or exploited. So I think that's very fantastic, So we have better times, and we can get tons of education now on the internet that will save our lives, our minds, and will bring wellness back into our lives, or into our lives for the first time. So that's what the internet is for, and soon we will have guard robots protecting our animals, children, and ourselves. And things are going to get better. And I'm looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. Education is really key. And with the new technologies, education will come into our systems, into our minds, whether people want this or not, whether their religion has brainwashed them into fearing religion. There are some that are fearing, that are fearing education. So some religions are fearing education, and instead we should be fearing the opposite of education. We should be fearing anti-education, which is religion. But I see good things coming. I see very good things coming to the world, and I'm very excited about that. Very happy about that. And ethics education will come to the world, and how we can deal better with other people, and how we can allow ourselves to cry when we need to cry, and how we can lean on each other. If we don't have a decent friend in person, at least we can find a decent friend on the internet who will understand us. They're rare, those people. They are. I have a flower. But those people are there. They exist. They, they are there for us. There are angels out there, and they can be seen on the internet. And we can lean on those, okay? And we can cry together with them. And we can cry ourselves, wash our brains literally clean, like the opposite of brainwashing. It's also kind of like a misleading terminology. Tears, they will really wash the brain out from the brainwashing, from the brain muddying, as I would rather call it. Brain muddying. That's what brainwashing really is. So the tears are they're washing all of this out. They are washing our minds clean from debris, physical toxins and debris, and also from negative energies and negative thoughts. So Tears are fantastic. Really, really, really fantastic. It's good to cry. When you cry, you are surrendering to that what is there right now, that feeling. I feel this way right now and not a different way. If someone else tries to make me feel a different way or pretend or force myself to feel a different way, I can't force myself to feel a different way. Okay. If someone tries to force me, I have to walk away from that person. Yeah. Whatever way they force you, they can force you underhandedly. If someone forces you underhandedly or overhandedly or directly or indirectly, you can walk away. Yeah, you need to leave. You need to go to people where they accept you however you feel, however you look like, whatever your preferences are for anything. Yeah, as long as you're good to the world. So people that accept you in any situation, in any state of mind, and they will be there for you and hold your hand or be there for you on the internet and listen and be sincere and say, I'm here for you. Thich Nhat Hanh always says, I'm here for you, sweetie, or something is something sweet, he says. And feel the compassion for that other living being. The compassion for a dog, a cat, a horse, a lonely horse. You see a lonely horse. Feel the compassion. Allow yourself to feel that compassion for that living being. And do something. Tell the owner, hey, you can get a goat to put onto that meadow, okay? You can put a pig on the meadow or a cow so that the horse has a companion animal. Okay? Horses die when they are lonely. I have seen a horse die from loneliness. I'm not going to say where it was. I can't talk about locations. But I have seen a female horse hang her head down every time we drove by there. I finally went up to that house, courageously went up to that house. I had a flyer that I had printed for those kind of situations already, several flyers. When I see a lonely horse, I would stick that flyer into their mailbox. But I went up to the door. Also was hoping I could talk to someone. A woman came out. I gave her that flyer. I gave her that information. I said, your horse is lonely. You need to have a companion animal for your horse. And then she gave me a long, long, long whining and complaining rant that her husband is old and sick and blah, blah, blah. And she needs to cater to him and she needs to take care of him. But the horse is still lonely. The horse still needs love. She can still go out there, even with the husband sick and old. She can still go out there and spend time with the horse. Walk the horse a little bit. Go for a walk, even just a walk around the meadow or walk around the neighborhood. Not ride the horse, but just walk the horse on the head harness and with the rope on it. And I don't know the words in English for that. Halfter. And so just a head harness halfter that goes around that fits loosely, and over the back of the nose, on the forehead, under the chin, and then you can put this, you have a specific leash rope attachment that goes on it, and you can walk your horse. And I really recommend to give your horses a companion animal, The companion animal, you can even rescue a companion animal. Ingrid Newkirk would be very happy to find people like this who are looking for a companion animal for their horses, if they have only one horse. Ingrid Newkirk, PETA, they constantly rescue animals, and if they have healthy animals or animals there that can be recuperated, if they are sick, if they had been battered in a factory farm and they rescue them, and these animals have a chance to recover, they will bring them to a veterinarian and they will help them to recover. And then they are looking for people that have a sanctuary. They have specific PETA sanctuaries already, but they're flowing over with animals. They always make sure to accommodate these animals. And if you are in need of a companion animal, let's say a pig or a cow, for example, rescued by PETA, please contact them and ask them if they have a rescued farm animal, and if you can come and pick that animal up, or if you can make arrangements with them for them to bring the animal, or you'll figure something out. I don't know if they charge something, and if they do, it's just a minimal amount. Okay, so please do that for your horses. Do this for all of your animals. If you have one pig, for example, bring another companion animal onto the meadow, or one. Sometimes I see one cow, one black Angus, for example, lonely, standing there, head hanging down. I can't stand it. I can't stand seeing this. So please, people, this is my plea to the whole world. Put a companion animal with your lonely animal onto the meadow. That's my plea to the whole world. And then things will become better. So there's so much loneliness in the world happening, so much loneliness. Don't do this. Don't make an animal feel lonely and abandoned. Okay? So anyway, take care. Bye-bye.